Elon Musk has built a name for himself in several different industries, from automotive to space travel. There's no telling what his next move may be. Who would have guessed that Musk's next industry of interest would be real estate? Well, if you've been paying close attention to Musk, you may have seen this coming. In October of 2016, Musk unveiled a concept home that featured high-tech amenities. The house was built by the Boring Company and came with a garage that was fully equipped to charge your Tesla. One of the biggest appeals of this concept home was the fact that it was all solar-powered, thus reducing the owner's carbon footprint. There was a power wall in the house that collected solar energy throughout the day, so the inhabitants could continue to utilize the energy even into the late hours of the night. People were in awe of the design, but unfortunately at the time it was just that. A simple concept that wasn't brought to fruition. Until now. Tesla has joined together with Allset eHome Incorporated to bring this concept home to life. The plan is to install this Powerwall that saves solar energy into the homes of 20 different single-family homes. These homes are located in Texas, properties that were actually planned to be knocked down until Musk came to the rescue. In fact, Texas is actually where Musk himself resides. Boca Chica, a town located in southern Texas, Musk lives a fairly modest lifestyle. Not something one would expect from a billionaire. You won't find him relaxing in a multi-level mansion, quite the contrary. Musk lives in a 3-bedroom home that only cost him $45,000. That's pocket change for someone of Musk's net worth. Why? Because Musk enjoys the homey feeling he gets from the small space. Could this be his inspiration behind building these tiny homes? Because not only will 20 Powerwalls be installed in Porter, Texas, there has been an order made by eHome for 70 more tiny homes to be installed by Musk and his affiliates in Houston, Texas. So what exactly are in these tiny homes? What can the new owners expect upon moving in? First off, each tiny home comes with its very own Tesla vehicle. You may be thinking this is just an extravagant housewarming gift from the billionaire himself, but Musk actually has a motive behind this move. With the gifting of a Tesla, Musk hopes it encourages the new owners to start driving electric cars and make a conscious effort to lower the amount of carbon dioxide they pump into the atmosphere, which traditional vehicles are infamous for doing. But how could these 100 tiny homes truly make a difference on the environment? Well, that's because Musk isn't stopping at just 100. Tesla and eHome are actually planning on developing over 5,000 tiny homes in Texas. That's 5,000 less families causing harm to our ecosystem. If the planned number of tiny homes by Tesla continues to grow, we could potentially see a huge benefit for the environment as more and more people turn to solar-powered energy in their day-to-day lives. Speaking of solar power, you can expect to find a solar-powered roof on the top of these tiny homes. But because this is Elon Musk we're talking about, these won't be your traditional solar panels. These panels will be made of tempered glass, and not only do they collect solar power for your home, they also offer protection. They're similar to regular shingles you may find on a more traditional house, except they're much more useful. And for those who are more interested in the aesthetics of the home, these solar panels provide your house with a sleek, modern look that regular shingles just can't provide. The best part? You can take them with you when you move. They're easy to install and you have them for life, so you can continue to utilize solar power from home to home. Not so sure about these solar power roofs? Well, they've actually been successfully installed in not just tiny homes from Tesla, but on 400,000 homes across the globe. They're incredibly popular amongst homeowners who are making a change to their energy consumption. Owners of Tesla's tiny homes will also be treated to the Powerwall, which, like we discussed earlier, is a wall that collects solar energy throughout the day and then gives off energy for the family to use in case of an interruption. It's sort of like a generator in the sense that if anything were to happen or go wrong with your solar panels, you know you won't be without electricity in your home. Much like the rooftop solar panels, these Powerwalls are actually on the market already. The Powerwall 2 and Powerwall Plus have been available for homeowners to purchase since 2016. These walls are so powerful that they can sustain over 13.5 kilowatts per hour of power for your home. If you live in Australia, you may have already seen the tiny home in person and in motion. Tesla took their tiny home design and put it on wheels, trucking it across the continent. The purpose of this was to show off just how useful the solar power aspect of the tiny home is. This tiny home was fully functional, all while being escorted on the back of a pickup truck. Isn't that incredible? Solar power truly makes such a difference. However, if you aren't located in Australia, don't worry, because we got a lot more info on Tesla's tiny home coming at you in the second half of today's video. Do things like the rooftop solar panels and the Powerwall installation have you thinking about changing to solar-powered energy for your home? Let us know in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming content, and give the video a like. While you do that, let's take a look at the actual inside of the Tesla tiny home and what day-to-day living would be like for you and your family. Now, if you're looking for a large home, Tesla's tiny home may not be right for you. Like the name suggests, this house is only a mere 20 by 7 feet. It also only weighs 2 tons, which explains how it was able to be towed across Australia so easily. Because of its diminutive size, the Tesla tiny house is said to only cost $10,000. That's $10,000 for a literal house. And with today's housing market and rising prices in major cities, that is definitely a great deal. Although the home may be tiny, don't you worry. Everything you need to maintain your regular day-to-day living is included, like indoor plumbing, electricity, and even air conditioning already installed before you move in. You also won't have to worry about the materials of your home degrading over time. One issue Musk has with traditional home building is that, with time, buildings often become run down due to poor quality of materials used in the initial construction. With the tiny house, Tesla has researched which building materials will not degrade over time, so you can enjoy your tiny house for decades and decades without the threat of structural issues. The materials they decided to implement into the building of the tiny house was steel, concrete, and EPS foam. The walls, floors, and roofs are created from laminated panels, and all the lighting fixtures are powered by LED lights. If you live in an area that's often threatened by natural disasters and fear that your tiny home may not survive the weather, Musk has you covered. These buildings are purposely designed to withstand things like high winds and even floods. If you reside in a colder climate and need to take into account the snowfall, Tesla has made sure the snow load capacity of their tiny house is suitable for you. Even if a blizzard is heading your way, you can rest easy, knowing you're safe from your tiny house caving in on you due to the weight of the snow. So what about the house's actual layout? How many rooms can even fit in a house of this size? Well, going off the example tour of the tiny house provided to the public, there is more to this house than meets the eye. There's a living room available, so you have a place to socialize with friends and family, maybe even host a get-together. Or if you want to use it as your media area, you can do that too. Of course, there's a full bathroom, complete with indoor plumbing. You won't have to leave your house to take care of your basic hygiene needs, like some smaller homes like residential trailers or cabins. There's even a kitchen space for those of you who like to cook. Just because it isn't big doesn't mean you can't keep up with your culinary skills. There's also counter space built right into the unit, so you can pull up a chair with your loved ones and enjoy your favorite meals together. Once the day is done, there is a bed space available for you to lay down and relax and take in the surroundings of your awesome new Tesla tiny house. And once you're ready to head out to work or school, you can be assured that your Tesla will be fully charged, due to the fact that every tiny home will come with a charging station available for you to use. You won't have to worry about your car's energy levels when you have a charger right there at your disposal. And besides, who enjoys going to those public charging stations? This is a much more convenient and suitable alternative, especially for those who are always on the go. What do you think? Could you see yourself living in a place like this? Let us know how you feel in the comments. As you all know, the house is completely run on renewable energy, specifically solar power. But did you know that you can actually control your home's power when you're not there? Through the Tesla app, owners of the tiny home will be able to access their house's power with a click of a button, no matter where they are in the world. Forgot to turn off your lights and you're out of town on a business trip? No problem, just use your Tesla app. It's efficient, convenient, and a real life and energy saver. The app will also alert the owner via push notifications if things like a power outage are occurring, and if the home needs to access the Powerwall as a backup source to power the house. In the end, the Tesla tiny house just goes to show how much Elon Musk cares about bettering the world around us. Not only will we be greatly decreasing our personal carbon footprints, but by making solar power more available to the public, we can create a massive change that could do wonders for the world around us. It also helps that this house is affordable. Again, only $10,000. There will be people from all over who have never been able to own their own home due to the financial reasons that will finally get the house they deserve. And that's all for today's video. We hope you learned something new about Tesla's tiny home. And if you did, give us a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on more content like this.